Welcome to AI Horizons, the podcast where we explore the limitless possibilities of artificial intelligence. Each episode takes you on a deep dive into cutting-edge developments, groundbreaking technologies, and the fascinating perspectives shaping the future of AI. Whether you're an enthusiast, a professional, or simply curious about the impact of AI on our world, join us as we uncover the innovations driving this ever-evolving field. Get ready to expand your horizons.
Hey everyone, ready to dive into something pretty huge, AI and the future of work. It's a topic everyone's talking about, and for good reason. We want to know what's going to happen to our jobs, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of hype, a lot of fear swirling around AI. But on this deep dive, we're cutting through all that to look at the facts, what's really happening, where the trends are heading, and what it means for you. No sugarcoating, but no doomsday predictions either.
Love that approach.
Yes.
So let's just get this out of the way. AI isn't science fiction anymore, is it? It's already doing stuff, running things behind the scenes in ways we probably don't even realize.
Yeah, it's kind of sneaky like that. But think about it. In finance, AI is already making lightning-fast trading decisions, like way faster than humans ever could. And in healthcare, it's helping doctors diagnose diseases earlier than ever before. So it's not just coming, it's already here.
Okay, that's kind of mind-blowing when you put it that way. So if it's already doing all that, what's next? I mean, everyone's wondering, is AI going to steal our jobs? Some of the predictions out there are pretty scary.
Right. There's a lot of anxiety about that. And it makes sense, especially when you see predictions saying nearly half of all jobs could be automated. We're talking mid-century, not some distant future.
Whoa, half. That's massive. So what kind of jobs are we talking about? Like, is it just those factory jobs, or are white-collar jobs at risk too?
It's not just about blue-collar versus white-collar. It's more about what AI is good at. Think repetitive tasks, things that follow a set of rules. That's where AI excels. So yeah, manufacturing jobs are definitely changing, but we're also seeing it in fields like accounting, even some legal work where tasks can be broken down into steps and kind of taught to a machine.
See, that's what freaks people out, right?
Yeah.
It's not just the manual labor jobs anymore. It feels different this time.
Yeah, it does feel different. The speed, the scale, it's unlike anything we've seen before. But we also got to remember, this isn't the first time technology has shaken things up. Look back at the Industrial Revolution, it was huge GE. Some jobs disappeared, sure, but a whole bunch of new ones were created, ones they couldn't even imagine at the time.
That's a good point. Gives a bit of perspective. But still, AI is so powerful, it feels like this time the impact's going to be even bigger, and some people are going to get hit harder than others.
That's true. There will be winners and losers.
Yeah.
It all comes down to your skills, how well you adapt. And it's not just about coding or tech skills either. It's much broader than that.
That's where it gets really interesting, right? Because it's not enough to just be good at your job now. AI is changing the whole definition of what skills matter.
Exactly. It's pushing us to think about what's truly valuable in the workplace. What are those uniquely human skills that AI can't replicate? At least not yet.
So what are they? What are those magic skills that'll make us AI-proof?
Think creativity, problem solving, those soft skills everyone talks about but didn't always pay top dollar for. Communication, emotional intelligence, stuff that's harder to program into a machine.
And research actually shows that those with these human skills are earning way more than those in jobs that are, easier to automate. Makes sense when you think about it.
Right. It's like AI is a tool, a super powerful tool, but still a tool. It's the people who know how to use the tool, who can think creatively, who will thrive. Those are the real winners here.
Okay, so for everyone listening right now, this is where the rubber meets the road. What skills do you have? Are you ready for this AI-powered future?
Those are the questions we all need to be asking ourselves right now. And the first step, honestly. Take a good hard look at your skill set and figure out where you might need to level up. Don't be scared, just be prepared. It can feel overwhelming, all this talk about AI taking over. But honestly, it's more about working with it. And there are tons of resources out there to help you figure that out.
Okay, so big picture, we get it. AI is changing things. But how's it playing out in the real world? What are some specific examples of AI shaking things up right now?
Manufacturing is a big one. You've got robots doing jobs that are either too dangerous or too, boring for humans. Plus, they can be way more precise than we can.
Yeah, I was reading about these factories that are practically running themselves, like 24/7 with hardly any humans around. It's crazy efficient.
It's wild, right? But it's not just about replacing human workers. AI can make the whole production process smarter. Like, it can predict when a machine's going to break down before it happens. It can even help design new products.
It's like having this super smart assistant that's always one step ahead.
Exactly. And it's not just factories. Think logistics, transportation. AI is optimizing delivery routes, managing fleets of self-driving vehicles. That's going to be huge.
Oh yeah, self-driving vehicles. That's got to be a game changer, right? Trucks driving themselves across the country, taxis without drivers.
It's going to impact everything, not just transportation, but the whole economy. Think about it. Fewer accidents, cheaper shipping, faster deliveries. It's a whole new world.
Yeah. It's exciting, but also a bit, nerve-wracking, especially thinking about all those truck drivers and taxi drivers. And
There are definitely challenges, no doubt. Safety's a big one, and figuring out all the regulations. But it's happening, and AI is going to be at the heart of it.
Okay, let's talk about something that affects everyone, not just people in certain jobs. Healthcare. We touched on how AI can help diagnose stuff, but it's also being used for drug discovery, personalized medicine, even patient care, right?
Imagine your doctor having access to AI that knows your whole medical history, your genes, your lifestyle, everything. It could create a treatment plan just for you. That's the future of medicine right there.
Wow. But it's not just about fancy treatments, right?
Hmm?
Isn't AI also making healthcare more efficient overall?
Totally. From scheduling appointments to keeping track of all those medical records, AI can take a lot of the busy work off the humans.
Which means doctors and nurses can spend more time with actual patients doing what they do best. The human stuff AI can't, fake.
Yeah, exactly. So we've seen AI transforming all these industries, manufacturing, transportation, healthcare. But what about the jobs that need creativity, where you got to think outside the box? Are those safe?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, can AI really take over fields like finance, law, the arts? Those seem pretty human, right?
Well, you might be surprised. Because even in those fields, AI is starting to make a mark. We'll explore those examples in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, so we've seen AI changing things in manufacturing, transportation, healthcare. But now I'm really curious about those fields that seem, more human, like finance, law, the arts. Can AI really make a dent in those?
You'd be surprised, even in those areas, AI is making its presence known. Take finance, for instance. Wall Street's been using algorithms forever, right? But AI takes it to a whole new level.
Okay, finance. So we all know those Wall Street guys love their algorithms. They've been using those for ages. What's so different about AI? What can it do that those old systems couldn't?
It's the speed and the accuracy. AI can analyze market trends, assess risk, stuff that would take humans, days, weeks even. AI does it in milliseconds. It can react to changes in the market before most humans even notice them.
So are human traders going to go extinct? Like, is that whole world just going to vanish?
It's not that simple. The role of the trader is definitely changing, though. It's less about making those split-second trades and more about seeing the bigger picture, managing risk, building relationships. That's where humans still have the edge.
That makes sense. So what about lawyers? They deal with tons of data, all those contracts and legal stuff. Seems like AI could really shake things up there.
Oh, absolutely. AI is already being used to review documents, do legal research, even write up basic contracts. Things that used to take a human lawyer hours, AI can do in minutes.
Wow. So is law school basically pointless now?
Not at all. The skills lawyers need are just, they're evolving. AI can handle the routine stuff, the data crunching, but you still need a human to interpret the law, advise clients, argue cases in court. That takes critical thinking, empathy, persuasion. AI isn't there yet.
It's pretty mind-blowing. Robots building cars, algorithms making trades, AI writing legal documents. Where does it end? What about creative stuff? Surely AI can't write a symphony or paint a masterpiece, right?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting. Because even in the arts, AI is starting to make a splash. We're seeing AI-generated music, paintings, even poetry.
AI writing poetry. That's wild. What does it mean when AI enters a field that's always been, so human?
It's pushing us to rethink what creativity even means. The important thing is AI is a tool, a collaborator. It's not replacing human creativity. It's giving artists new ways to express themselves.
So it's like AI can help artists explore new possibilities, push boundaries, create things they might never have thought of on their own.
Exactly. And we're just scratching the surface here. As AI gets more sophisticated, who knows what kind of creative collaborations we'll see.
This is all super exciting, but I gotta admit, it's a little scary too. The world of work is changing so fast. How do we even keep up? How do we prepare for a future where AI is everywhere?
Those are the million-dollar questions, right?
Yeah.
The good news is humans are adaptable. We've been through big changes before, and we've figured it out. The key is to be proactive. Take charge of your own future.
Okay, I like that. Proactive, not panicked. So what does that look like, practically speaking? What can we actually do to make sure we're ready for this AI-powered world?
Stay curious. Keep learning about AI, how it's evolving, what it means for your job, your industry. Read, listen to podcasts, talk to people on the cutting edge. The more you understand, the less scary it becomes.
Knowledge is power, for sure. But what about skills? We've talked about those soft skills being so important. Communication, collaboration, critical thinking. Should we be doubling down on those?
Absolutely. AI can crunch numbers and automate tasks, but it can't replace human ingenuity, empathy, the ability to connect with others. Those are your superpowers. Don't think of them as soft skills. They're essential skills, the things that make you uniquely valuable.
So how do you develop those skills? Is it something you're just born with, or can you actually, learn to be more creative, a better communicator?
You can absolutely learn and improve. It takes effort, takes practice, but it's possible. Want to be more creative? Try brainstorming, mind mapping, or just giving yourself time to daydream. To be a better communicator, focus on building genuine connections. Practice active listening, have real conversations.
It's not about trying to become robots ourselves, right? It's about remembering what makes us human and getting really good at that.
That's it. And don't be afraid to try new things, new ways of working. Be adaptable. This world's changing fast, so be open to new opportunities, even new careers.
Don't be afraid to step outside that comfort zone. You might surprise yourself.
And remember, you're not alone in this. Connect with others who are going through the same thing. Share ideas, support each other, learn from each other's experiences. We're all figuring this out together.
It's a brave new world out there, that's for sure. But it's also a world full of possibilities. If we stay curious, adaptable, and focus on what makes us human, well, we can do more than just survive. We can thrive.
And hey, if AI can write poetry, you can learn anything.
That's a great point. That's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But the conversation doesn't end here. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing those boundaries.